everybody. Welcome to the Tournament Center. I'm Zach Hill here with Jackson Cunningham. Jackson starting out the day at 7-1 in a stacked draft pod. We're going to take a look at the first several picks of each of his booster packs. But Jackson, can you tell us a little bit about the deck that you drafted today?
Yeah, it's like a pretty aggressive red-green deck. Going into the draft, it was my favorite archetype, so I was potentially going to try to force it, but the way the packs came, I felt like I didn't really have too many decisions, and yeah, it's pretty good. I feel like it's if I could switch 5 cards, it would be really good because it's kind of like a mix between a really aggressive deck with like some late game cards. So I was really trying to pick up some more aggressive guys, and I didn't really get it, but I still thought the deck could potentially 3-0.
Cool.
So,
well, let's actually take a look at how some of those packs went. Checking out just, sort of what decisions that you made, what you were taking a look at, and what happened. So we can go and check out the first pack. This is the first pack you saw in the entire draft. C cards, Charging Rhino, Elvish Mystic, Sungrace Pegasus, a lot of black cards, Zathrid Skybraid. What are you thinking when you see this pack?
Like the obvious first pick for me is Elvish Mystic. I was really glad I didn't have to make a tough decision in my mind. Like that card is one of the better commons, and I guess the options, if I had a heavy preference for black, I would look at the Skyblade, which can be pretty good in like a control-y black blue or something. And then I've heard the Pegasus is really good, but I don't like white that much. So for me, it was like, I was really happy to open this pack.
Cool. So he takes Elvish Mystic out of this pack. I mean, that type of card, Mana Acceleration's always been good. We see the Mystic. Let's look at the next pack. So you've declared green right now, but you look at the green cards, and the only one is Plummet, which is probably not what you're taking. Right. Are you disappointed to see fewer green cards, or are you excited about this pack?
I'm real excited.
Explain that.
I wanted to go into red-green, and I'm by no means committed to green. Like I took a first pick elf that was really easy, but like my favorite color is red, which everybody says red's like a really good, I think most people say like red is one of the better colors, or that's sort of what lots of the chatter is, but I like it because there's so many options to like fill up with worse cards. Like the bad red cards are still good, and so you can prioritize like removal and whatever. So yeah, this pack, like I immediately look at the red cards, and Frenzied Goblin's really good, but like I think the Inferno Fist is just like, oh, and the Enforcer's good too, but I think Inferno Fist is like the second best red common to Lightning Strike.
Right. So
I was happy with that.
So basically, yeah, you took Inferno Fist here, take a removal spell. You've got 2 high-quality picks. Set yourself up right. Let's take a look at this next pack here. So we've got Elvish Mystic. You see him take Inferno Fist. Now looking back, okay, again, you're not committed to red-green specifically. You've got a decent colorless card in Gargoyle Sentinel, some early drops, Torch Fiend, Gather Courage, Hammerhand, looks at the pack, and of course, a Resco Swiftclaw, stuff that you can take a look at. What are you thinking when you see this pack?
Yeah, this pick was probably a little bit tough. Like, I think Hammerhand's really undervalued, but I've talked to some other people who don't think it's undervalued, but like I've had really good experience with it in like an aggressive deck. So I really like the card, and I'd be usually happy playing like 3 in a red-green deck. So I didn't know if they'd randomly come around later or not, so I ended up taking that, but like looking back at it, I could see an argument for the Swiftclaw, but I've heard red-white's not great, and then green-white, I just don't have too much experience playing it, so like I lean towards the red cards. Gather Courage, I just think Hammerhand's better because there's Titanic Growth to fill that slot.
All right, so I think that might be a controversial pick. Hammerhand over Gather Courage, but it makes sense, and you've had really good experience with the card. So he takes Hammerhand. Let's look at the 4th pack out of it. Oh, wow, you see a very late Borderland Marauder. Another Hammerhand you're talking about, Restock, Life's Legacy, Overwhelm. I've seen all these cards get played. What are you looking at here?
Yeah, like I was really worried before this pack came because if there's no red, then I'm kind of like, huh, I have a hammer hand that I took kind of early, and like if there's no red here, it's pretty strong that like maybe I should audible and go into like a different color combination, which I'm fine to do. Like none of my cards are like insane or anything, so I'm fine to leave it. But I saw that Marauder, which is like really important for the archetype. I think red green just like aggressive. So as soon as I see that, I'm like, okay, sweet. Like, I I think that's, I mean, fourth isn't that late, but I'm just really glad there's something there for me to pick.
Totally. So you took the Marauder here. I think Marauder, consensus one of the top 3 red commons,
Right.
sets you up to be very, very aggressive. Now,
Yeah.
finally, let's take a look at the 5th pack of pack 1. That's Scrapyard Mongrel. Again, these Swift Claws going around like crazy. Incarnation, late but powerful. A Covenant of Blood. Wall Mulch. Really, it's a pretty loaded pack.
Right.
So what happened here?
Okay, so I don't like Feral Incarnation. Maybe it's good in the green-white Convoke. Again, like I didn't really, I don't love that archetype, or I just don't have experience playing it. The Swift Claw obviously is good. Feral Incarnation, okay, but like Covenant of Blood, I really like red-black too as an archetype, and Covenants can be pretty good, even though it's expensive. Like you can do 4 to them and that sort of. So I thought that's a strong card and potentially a signal that like black is open. So I took that because there was no like. I have nothing against Scrapyard Mongrel. I really like that guy. Like he's fine. But I took that like with the now. Gives me a bit more options.
Yeah, so Scrapyard Mongrel, good, but no Covenant of Blood. You've got 1 green card, 1 black card, very solidly in red. Before we go to the 2nd pack, what finished out pack 1 for you? Were you more solidly in green-red? Did you stay in red? What'd you get from the remainder of pack 1?
Pack 1, yeah, like I felt like there wasn't too many decisions. Now looking back at it, like I see these Swift Claws, and that's definitely questionable. Like I could have had, and to my left, Huey was like solid white, so he was getting all these cards. For the rest, I think I picked up like some like fine filler cards. Like, well, not like I think I got a Rummaging Goblin really late. I got a 3-mana 3/2, like the good cards for it. So
like fine
I felt like it was
Magic cards.
good. Yeah, like I felt like it was a safe, going on the right track. Like, yeah.
So nothing too exciting, but
No,
solidly
yeah.
down the right track. So let's look at pack 2, pick 1. Still solidly looks like red green. You see Goblin Rough Rider, Heat Ray, maybe Hunt the Weak. Wow, a Stab Wound might be tempting you into black. What are you thinking about right here?
Yeah, for sure. I thought about taking the Stab Wound just because that card is, you can have a bad deck with like 2 Stab Wounds that just wins games. Like that card's insane. And then, but I felt like the safe pick was the Heat Ray because I'm almost certainly in red-black or red-green. Not red-black even, but like I'm in red something.
Sure.
And so Heat Ray is like the safe, like fine card.
Yeah, basically taking a removal spell, staying safe. Let's look at the next pick. So again, got removal. What are you thinking about here? Again, not a lot of red, unfortunately.
Yeah, no red. I mean, it's not like a signal because it's just second pick, so it's like just bad luck that there's no red cards.
Okay.
But like that, I had some scary matches against that Twin Grove
Yeah.
yesterday, and I was like really happy to take that. Like that thing can be like pretty scary, even if it's just like you make 2 3/3s for 6. Like 2 4/4s is even better. Like I think I saw that and I was like, wow, I'm gonna get really good green this pack.
All right, so it sounds like that's the moment that you really solidify it in green. So let's see what you picked up next here. Got Colonian Twin Grove as that pick. And going into pick 3 now, we see, really just a lot of green open. Again, not a lot of red. Is this when you're saying like, look, okay, I'm green this draft?
Yeah, like I think at this point, as long as there's a pick for me, like I had so much red already that I wasn't thinking of moving out of it. And again, it's like 2 picks out of it. So like the best this could have had is 2 more red cards, and then it'd have to go red drafter. So I kind of think the packs were just not that great. But I love Invasive Species too, because with the hammer hands, it works really well. Like you can it's like just I love that card, and you usually get a lot of them late. 3 mana, 3/3. You get to reuse a lot of your cool cards.
So you took invasive species here?
Yeah.
All right, so getting some bodies, getting some more early drops. You take invasive species. Let's look at the next pick.
Yeah.
All right, and looks like just more solid cards.
Yeah.
I don't think you're probably tempted by any of the non-red-green cards at this point. All three of Blast, Firebolt, Crowd's Favor, and Rough Rider are playable cards, though. What'd you take here?
I took a Rough Rider. I was really happy with it. Like, it's exactly what I was looking for. Just bodies.
All right, and then rounding out pack 2. Again, 5th pick in pack 2. Again, seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, like honestly, there wasn't many decisions. That first pack could have gone differently, but like here, Hunt the Weak, like I think is a really strong card. I don't like to take it early, but like you usually get some a little bit later. So again, this pack, I was like really happy with how it was going.
All right, so out of pack 2, you've got solid creatures, solid removal, reasonably good curve, and a bomb in the Twin Grove. So let's see the pack 3 now. Getting loaded up, we've got a lot of good stuff in this pack. Frostlinks, but what are you thinking here?
Yeah, like the rare, so Yisan is like just insane. Like I was so happy. Like that card, I had 1-drops, 2-drops, 3-drops, and it's like probably one of the better cards I could open. So
you're able to Yisan right up the curve. You got 2 powerful green rares. Let's look at the second pick. Taking Yisan, and again another one of those Gather Courages. Were you able to pick that up, or did you do something else?
I took the Frenzied Goblin.
Okay, and why is that?
I think it's like so powerful too. Like you just put on the pressure, you have a bunch of creatures. Like, yeah, that was an easy pick for me too.
All right, cool. So you've shipped a couple tricks around the table, but you've got some early drops, you've got some aggression. Let's look at the third pick. And wow, okay, you were talking about Inferno Fist. Seems really exciting to have that there. Into the Void, really, really good. Good to know that's around, but is this basically Inferno Fist or bust?
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that right now. I was like, what did I take here? Yeah, Inferno Fist is like, again, I'm super happy that it's like, if every pack, there's one card for me to take, and so that's perfect. Like, it's scary, but you're like, oh, sweet, like, at least there's one, and that's good. Like, so I was super happy to take that too.
And you get third pick, one of your favorite commons.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 2 more picks left. Got, again, great mix of removal and guys. What are we looking at here? A lot of pretty solid green creatures and aggressive mining, which I've heard everything from terrible, unplayable to, 4 mana, draw 6 cards.
Yeah.
What do you take here?
I quickly took the Spider. Just, again, really happy with where this pack was going too. Like, that's really important. I don't know how to rank it, but it seems pretty good.
Totally. Okay, and then let's see your final pick of the draft. We've got Fido Titan, a green rare, another Heat Ray, Crowd's Favor, Charging Rhino. I mean, it seems at this point that you're in the right colors.
Deck,
Lots of green and red open.
I thought, yeah. So Heat Ray, like this late, I was really happy. Yeah, pretty easy pick.
All right, so and that's your second Heat Ray of the draft.
Yeah.
All right, and just to wrap this up, again, this isn't the whole thing. What did you get out of the remainder of Pack 3, and how did your deck look to you as you walked away from the draft?
Okay, so basically my deck going into the third pack, it looked like it was like, had really good removal spells, like 2 Inferno Fist. Well, I guess I got the Heat Ray in the third pack. I seem to have a lot of spells, but like my creatures were sort of scattered. Like I could get really bad draws. And so I was prioritizing like picking up any 2/1s, any 3/2s, any whatever, and they didn't fully come. So I had to make a little bit of like a brew. But I looked at my deck and I'm like, this looks like a really solid deck. So
awesome. All right, thank you so much, Jackson Cunningham. I'm Zach Hill here at the Tournament Center. Let's throw it back to the desk with Rich Hagan for more Pro Tour Magic 2015.